Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the podcast. Today's episode from the deep end, Snopflop. I'm your host, Draco, and joining me today are my co-hosts, Chase.
What's good, everyone?
And Gurin.
Hello.
Let's dive into it. This concept comes from us, from our own podcaster, Chase. But I'm going to go ahead and baton pass this one over to him and let him give you the idea behind this particular concept, as well as getting some live reactions from both me and Gurin about the work that he's been doing on the side. So take it away, Chase.
I feel so honored. So for the longest time, the Pokemon community has wanted a different Pokemon apart from Eevee that can branch off into a whole slew of different evolutions of each of the types. So I decided to try and tackle this, and it is along the lines of those concepts, but instead of being like Eevee and having that unstable genetic makeup to evolve into its different evolutions based on the environment, I went for a much more different approach. So Eevee, in my opinion, very loosely based on a fox, and foxes do prey on rabbits. So that's what I decided to go for, a rabbit. The way it differs from Eevee is because Eevee is now this rabbit, it then evolves into different typings to counter Eevee's evolutions. In this episode, we're only going to be covering 3 of its evolutions. Those are going to be the Vaporeon counter, the Flareon counter, and the Jolteon counter, because those were the first 3 evolutions that we ever got. That was Gen 1. So going forward, the base form's name is Snopflop. I tried to go for something very cute, It is significantly weaker than Eevee. It's the timid rabbit Pokemon. It's a normal type. Its height is 1 foot, weight 6 pounds. Its abilities are Run Away, and its hidden ability is Emergency Exit. It has the signature move Dust Up, which is 20 PP, power 0. It's a normal type move, and its description is, this move is unique to Snopflop, allowing it to run, kicking up dust to block the opposing Pokemon's view, allowing it to more easily escape. This move bypasses abilities and moves that prevent a Pokemon from fleeing or switching out. Example, Arena Trap or Jaw Lock. It only has a base stat total of 260. Stat spread is, its HP is 50, defense, special attack is 40, special defense is 30, and speed is 65.
So cute.
Adorable.
You don't let me!
And Gurin has sucked air out of the room.
I have. It is very adorable.
So before I forget, Sora's designed all of these. And for this one specifically, again, I wanted it to be very cute. I wanted it to look very timid. Its first evolution's name is Jackabolt, and it's the Vaporeon counter. Have to give a special shout out to Draco, because I was struggling a bit for names at one point, and this was a solid, hit out of the park name. I just had to go for it. It's the Electro Rabbit Pokemon. Its type is electric. Its evolution method is you have to level it up with a Vaporeon in the party. Its height is 3 foot 11 inches. Its weight is 50 pounds. Its hidden ability is called After Image. Pokemon with this ability move so fast that they leave behind an after image that decreases the opposing Pokemon's likelihood of hitting the Pokemon with this ability by 25%. Its signature move is called Foot Flurry. It's 15 PP, power 70. This move can deal either special or physical damage, depending on which of the user's attack stats are higher. The move's is a normal type move, and its description is, this move is unique to evolutions and makes use of whichever of the user's attack stats are higher. It has a base stat total of 550, so it's slightly higher than the evolutions. It has an HP stat of 100, an attack stat of 95, a defense stat of 65, special attack stat of 70, a special defense of 110, and a speed of 110.
Oh, I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, this one looks cool.
It's one of my favorites for sure. The next one up on the list is the Flareon counter, and its name is Padavoir. It's the water rabbit Pokemon, type is water. Its evolution method is you have to level it up with a Flareon in the party. Height 3'11", weight 50 pounds. Its ability is Submerge. As with Jackabolt, Submerge turns all of the Pokemon's normal type moves into water type moves. Its hidden ability is Water Armor, and Pokemon with this ability shroud their body in water, creating an armor that decreases the power of incoming attacks by 50% and negates all fire type move damage. Pokemon with this ability cannot be burned. This ability also boosts all water type moves by 25% in the rain. Signature move Foot Flurry. This Pokemon has a base stat total, again 550. with HP 100, Attack 130, Defense 100, Special Attack 70, Special 55, and Speed 80.
I'm digging it.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Yeah. I like, first off, the hair on both of them are, both the evolutions are great.
Yeah.
They're very respective of their typing, which I love. This one, I'm kind of caught off guard because I wasn't expecting the fins on the hands and the feet, although I probably should have.
In this one's Pokedex entry, it says, Snopflop evolves into Padawar to protect weaker Snopflop from being preyed on by Eevee and its evolutions. It excels at protecting weaker Snopflop against Flareon. It will often hide in bodies of water for hours in order to keep Snopflop safe.
The coloring is a really nice contrast to the blue coloring of the body, so it really makes it stand out, and it, in effect, kind of makes me wonder, wait, where are the hands? Which ones are the hands? And it's confusing enough that I could honestly see a Flareon looking at this going, wait a minute, what part am I supposed to be worried about? Then getting just trounced by this particular Pokemon. I like it. I really do.
Yeah, so some of the inspiration for this one specifically were the Zora from Legends of Zelda and their fins on their arms. So that's where that idea came from.
Okay.
Next up on the list is the Jolteon counter, Ammonite, the ground rabbit Pokemon, ground type. Its evolution method is you level it up with a Jolteon in the party, height 3'11", weight 50 pounds. Its ability is Petrification, and Petrification turns all normal type moves. Its hidden ability is called Sandstalker, and Pokemon with this ability gain a 75% evasion boost in sandstorms, similar to, I believe it's Sandrush. This ability also prevents opposing Pokemon from switching out or fleeing. Again, signature move Foot Flurry. Stat spread again 550 with HP being 85, attack 100, defense 110, special attack 60, special defense 130, and speed 65.
Oh,
I like this.
okay. This one reminds me of Lopmon from Digimon because of the 3 horns or 3 hair fluffs on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't
So they're supposed to be like little cowlick things that do look like horns.
Okay.
I just like the fact that this one looks like it's a bruiser. Like, you
Yeah.
see the scars on the body, on the eye. It looks like it's been fighting and it's down to keep fighting, and I like it, especially with a notch in its ear.
Oh yeah, this one's the fighter, but it's a ground
Yeah,
type.
so-
Yeah.
The idea was it sort of lives in very rough and rugged terrain. So obviously like more sandy areas. So obviously those being harsher environments would take a toll on this Pokemon body specifically, because it is obviously protecting Snopflop against Jolteon. Those are the first 4 out of the 9.
I think what really resonates with this particular concept for me is the fact that the base form is so unassuming, just like Eevee is such an unassuming form. And then to see the evolutions where they are definitely, first of all, they're all bipedal, which none of the evolutions are. So that in itself is a very stark contrast considering what you're going for with this particular idea. That in itself is a plus in my book, because you don't expect it. Now this image is resonating so well with me because of the fact that it's such a stark difference. But also that, you've got the concepts well done on just these 3 evolutions, how to counter the original trio, and the design work, the ideas behind them. I think you and Sora really did an amazing job on just presenting this concept so well, so fleshed out. I love it.
Sora's obviously his go-to artist, and I feel the exact same way, and I feel like Sora really captures my vision perfectly. I mean, with regards to these designs, he's drawn them up and there's been very little adjustments. They pretty much all look exactly like the first draft.
He is a really good at stuff when, like usually when it comes to his first draft, it's like, oh, this is it pretty much comes out like maybe like 3/4 of like what you want it to be, and then there's not too much changes after that, which is pretty neat, I think. I do have to say though, like for the ground type design as well, like, I do like the aspect that it does look like it is coming from a very tough environment. So like it definitely looks like it's something that like you don't want to, like, it's not something that you should mess with. Overall though, for like all 3 designs, like I do agree with like what Draco said earlier about them being bipedal when they evolve. I think it places a lot of emphasis on like how rabbits kind of have like those strong like hind legs for when they do hop and stuff, and like just I think showing that strength by making them bipedal as well is also a very good correlation to that. I do look at these and they do give off the Pokemon that would be strong against that evolution type. Like when you first showed the electric one for the Vaporeon counter, like my first thought to that was Zeraora. Kind of similar on it a little bit, but not really. I know you included like the little hair tufts to also like correspond to like its typing or like maybe like what the Pokemon's personality is like as well. I do enjoy like the fact that they are different enough for each Evo, like to show like, you know, either your typing or what Pokemon they're like. I think it's a really nice touch. And the fur on the neck give that representation too. So like the electric one has something that looks more like a scarf, kind of giving it like that really like cool sleek look. There's like the subtle, light, gentle looking one that the water type one has, and then like the very like luscious or bountiful one that the ground type has, like kind of like really matches it as well.
I will say though, when you mentioned Zeraora, it hit me. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that's a Pokemon, isn't it? I totally forgot he existed.
So Gurun, going back to what you said about the neck fur, like specifically on the electric one, the black is supposed to look scarf-ish, but also it's black because it's meant to represent a storm cloud. And on the ground one, it's all like wispy and white because I wanted it to sort of represent an old hermit's like long, not very well kept beard. So it's sort of like an old wise hermit, if that makes sense. This Pokemon doesn't really care about its appearance when compared to like the water one, for example, which is like very flowy and very well kept.
I dig it. I dig it. I like it.
As far as like how this Pokemon has like a relationship with Eevee as well, having the fact that like it does evolve into something that that helps it to defend itself against Eevee, I think is also pretty.
It was definitely a good idea. I like it.
Thanks everyone for bearing with me and just taking a look at my concept designs for a parallel to Eevee and its evolutions. If you guys liked any of the art in this video, please go and check Sora out. We will leave a link to his Twitter in the description. And if you're in a position to and you feel like you want to, or want to explore your own Pokemon concepts and want him to design some Fakemon for you, please go out and commission him. But yeah, just go and have a look, see what you think, just check him out. But yeah, that's been my concept. There will be more to come in the future. If you guys like it, please, leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think, what we can improve on as creators. Any thoughts about the designs? Maybe you can give me some inspiration to sort of change some things up, maybe make them a bit better, a bit more streamlined, etc.
And with that, be sure to also share, like, and subscribe. Let us know how we're doing down below. And as always, have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.